Hello and welcome to Dr. Nilda Perez TV. I am so excited about today's topic.
Is servant leadership an oxymoron? When we think about servant leadership, we usually think low on the totem pole. We think of a servant as someone who, for the most part, is ignored. A servant is one whose sole purpose is to meet the need of another, and yet the best leader is known to be a servant leader. Prior to my studies on the different types of leadership, I had never heard or even imagined of servanthood as any type of leadership term. It seemed illogical, actually. The concept was uncommon to me because I had never imagined a leader as a servant. Actually, in my experience, when an individual reached a leadership status, they were served rather than become servants. So in almost every arena, we experience leadership as a status symbol, whether that's a president, a CEO, a professional, church leadership. This has always been a position of respect, and they have always been served. The leader has consistently been perceived as a guru, and their followership serves them. As I explored the term, I began to understand how and why this would work. Servant leadership is the polar opposite. In this role, the leader highly esteems followers, his subordinates, and his employees. This leadership concept was developed from Robert Greenfield in 1977, in concluding that a servant leader is always driven to serve rather than he lead first. Therefore, invariably, he meets the highest priorities needs of others. This new concept was introduced to me by my former dean, and he described this quintessential leader as having agape love for his followers. This term, followers, I will use for staff, team, and faculties from here on forward. So agape love is the Greek word which defines moral love, doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason, even when it's inconvenient to the leader. He states that this kind of leadership defines a truly successful leader. This concept began to unfold in a new way of thinking for me. It was something that was untraditional, and it was definitely intriguing to me. Most people who seek leadership roles do so with the intent of having subordinates, individuals to rule over. The autocratic approach to leadership is what most employees are familiar with. You do as I say because I'm the boss and I know. It solicits very little input from employees or from their followers. But in this new generation of followers, this kind of leadership style is no longer tolerated. It has also never really worked. With this type of leadership style, most have found that when the cat's away, the mice will play. Autocratic leadership promotes disloyalty and dishonesty. Traditional leaders focus on leading to meet an organizational objective. And this oftentimes comes with a focus on the bottom line. The leader that approaches their role with a servanthood style achieves the respect and the confidence from their followers while simultaneously meeting the organizational objectives. A servant leader serves his followers by becoming an active part of the team, making followers feel as an equal and as a part of the organization. A servant leader is a visionary, enthusiastic, and inspirational. This leader has impeccable communication skills. He delegates well, and he supports ideas. He encourages and he empowers. He trains and he mentors. It is known that organizations which invest in their employees to professional development or giving them progress reports and promotions based on merit have better performance and profitability from their followers. When organizations understand the value of a well-trained and a satisfied employee, they have leverage over their competitors. In serving others, what you will learn is that you lead them to self-actualization, and this is according to Dupree. The real motivation of a servant leader is to serve others to their capability to be all that they can be, and this equals to employee satisfaction. A servant leader fosters employees that are committed to their job, their work, and their leader. They capture and run with the vision, and they will never hesitate to go the extra mile to support the organization. Dr. Winston states that employees who know that the leader has their best interests at heart are willing to commit themselves to corporate tasks. This confirms the belief that employees who believe that they're supported are happy employees, therefore productive, and at the end, everyone wins. According to Hannay and Fretwell, they determined that this unique leadership style requires a selfless individual willing to redirect focus on promoting others before him and herself. They also theorized that this leadership style is mostly adopted by individuals with high levels of emotional intelligence. Their success comes from their ability to manage their own emotions, and this increases their competence to adapt to a relationship-oriented leadership style, as demonstrated in servant leadership theory. What you will find is that those with relationship-oriented leadership styles engage their followership, and they're able to deploy staff into action. A servant leader rolls up their sleeves and is often in the trenches with their followers, and he exemplifies a teamwork and engages their people. When leaders apply this servant leadership style, they transform their followers, their organizations, and sometimes even the world.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I did. Stay tuned and subscribe to Dr. Nilda Perez TV. And until next time, this is Dr. Nilda Perez TV. I'll see you in next week's video.